Hello and welcome back to another Tequila Gundam Gaming deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing the green-white wing that I've been playing, but today's a little bit special. This deck is actually the one I used to secure my invite to Nats and getting top 16 at the recent Bandai cardfest in Dallas, Fort Worth. So let's just get right into it. I was running 4 Zawart, 4 Lafrith, 2 Launcher Strike Gundam, and 4 Striker packs. Now, the biggest weakness of Wing, of course, is just getting burnt out really early with all the aggro running around. You've got blue-red, blue-green, other variants, even red-white. So I found that, of course, I'll never be able to succeed and really compete if I die super early. So I'm maxing out on blockers like the Zawart and the Lafrith. I am choosing to run 4 Striker packs. They can be a little bricky just because you can't play a token if you already have one. But I chose to run 4 and max out just so I can reliably trigger the burst effect, letting me get a token for free. It definitely came up, not too many games, but the 1 or 2 that it did during the regionals were definitely really impactful. And then I'm also playing 2 Launcher Strike Gundams. You'll see I'm not actually running any links for the Launcher Strike. It's mainly just in here as another early blocker. It trades favorably with regular 2-2 bodies and even Riesels with its 3 attack. So I really just put it in here as yet another defensive piece. Next, I'm going to be showing off, I'm playing 4 Duo Maxwell, 2 of the uncommon Little Death Scythe, and then 4 of the super rare Death Scythe. Of course, Death Scythe on turn 6 is arguably your best play, letting you ramp and play a Wing 0 the next turn. So it's pretty common to run 4 Duo 4 Death Scythe. But I am also running 2 of the Little Death Scythes. I found that even with all of these blockers, I would still have games that I dropped to aggro. And so Duo Death Scythe coming out 2 turns earlier definitely helped that a lot. I played it many games during the regionals and it definitely saved me more than a couple times. A 5/5 is pretty tough for them to remove. And with its repair 1, while it doesn't come up often, you can definitely take out several 2/2s over the course of the game in those aggro matchups. Another aspect is that the during link effect from Duo is pretty useful, especially with a lot of the Kira links running around. If you'll see Kira linked with a launcher or an Ale Strike, or if you see a Sword Strike Gundam, all of them have 5 health. So it's really tough for them to effectively trade into the Little Death Scythe. And of course, it is just a little body that you can spam out and really push ahead in both the mirror, since you can play it earlier than a lot of their cards, and like I said earlier, just aggro matchups that flood the board really quickly. Next, I'm going to be playing 4 Hero Yui, 2 Wing Gundam Bird Mode, 4 Wing Gundam, and then 3 Wing Gundam Zero. It's pretty common to be running 4 wings, 4 heroes, and 3 Wing Gundams. What I elected to run though is of course 2 Bird Modes. It is just another link that can come out early, similar to the Death Scythe. You can actually link it on turn 3 going first, or even second, or not second. Specifically going first, you can link it early, since that resource from the wing will let you reach level 4 for hero. It's just another play that you can do early to stabilize against really aggro heavy matchups. And I also found this card to be really strong going first, just because if you lose the die roll and they know what you're playing, you're not going to be getting to go first most of the time. So being able to drop this on turn 3 and getting an EX resource so that my curve is fixed was definitely helpful and came up a lot. Next, I'm going to be running 4 Overflowing Affection, 4 Path to Victor Defeat, and 1 Unforeseen Incident. The main goal of the deck here is just consistency for me. That's one of the reasons I chose to play this, was just how consistent it was. Of course, Overflowing Affection is insane. Drawing 2, just really filtering through your deck efficiently. And Path to Victory Defeat, I see some people cutting Path, especially if they're running more Kiras and Strikes, but I just think looking at top 5 for any piece you're missing is insane. I thought about it, and my logic going in was, typically your best turn 6 is always a Death Scythe if it gets good value, or a Wing Gundam if you can trade into something really effectively. But the path is here to secure those links, making sure that I always have my Death Scythe on 6, I always have my Wing when I need it, I always have my link. Even searching out my Wing 0, I didn't talk much about it earlier, but this of course is a huge bomb, clearing most small boards and high maneuver, letting you finish games. Being able to secure any piece I need with Pact to Victory or Defeat is insane value for me, so that's why I'm maxing out. And then I am running one Unforeseen Incident. Of course, it is really good in the mirror. It can help out in aggro too. It's just another control tool. A lot of times it can be really swingy. For example, if they have a Wing Gundam swinging into yours, you can save yours, giving theirs -3 attack, and you're effectively stealing a whole turn. It's just a really tricky play. I would want to run more. I think it's a really strong card. You can run it even up to 3 copies, but I just really didn't have enough room. I found that every other card in the deck, I needed a lot more often. And then finally for bases, I'm just running 4 Underground Desert base. Some other options you could run are like Archangels, but I found that the 4 bases was more often than not enough, and these 6 health came up a lot. Decks like Gundam can take it out with their 6 attack, but most of the time it's really tough for them to actually deal a clean 6, and it lives through a wing breach since it only breaches 5. I just found that Desert Base was the best value, and it costing 1 was also a huge boon, meaning that I could more often than not, do my big power plays and still have resources left over for a base, or more often than even that, playing my base early, hoping to get a good play and still having enough resources to do so. Yep, and that's going to be it for the entire deck. I can talk about the tournament, how it went for me. Day 1, I ended up going 8-1, losing the last round to blue-green. Most of the decisions that I made building the deck did come up. You know, I played a lot of aggro, my early link saving me. I had one game against blue-green where, like I said, play bird mode on 3, link a hero, and I was able to just get a ton of value out of it, trading it for I think 3 bodies, letting me go +1 off of it and getting the resource. It was just really effective for most of the day. I found my consistency especially was paying off. The only game I can say I really had a bad hand or I bricked throughout the entire day was my last one against blue-green. I think my opener was like 3 level 6s after mulligan and a bunch of pilots, so that was really rough. But even that, I think I could have maybe secured it had I been able to stabilize a little bit better. But overall, I found the deck list to be really strong. Day 2, I played against a blue-red first round, winning that round 2-0, and then I unfortunately lost in a mirror to another wing deck. They were playing a variant with Kiras and Sword Strikes, and while I think it's a valid way to play, I personally choose not to do it just because of how inconsistent it is. But if you're able to get off, you know, a Sword Strike on 4 link, a Ale Strike link, a Wing link, a Death Side link over and over, it's kind of tough to come back. They simply have better stats than a variant like this, but my main goal was, you know, just securing my games through not bricking, basically. I hate bricking, I always have. So for me, I think I'm gonna continue running this just to have as much consistency as possible. And I mean, it definitely worked out, getting me that invite. Okay, and that's gonna be it for the deck profile. Comment down below if you had any more questions. You know, I can talk about my games, any other points that are coming up, and I hope to see some more success using this or maybe some other spice at the upcoming LA regionals. Thank you for watching.